but we're going to use our toe band or our yoga strap, and then we'll do our kind of squat test to finish. So if you have the toe resistance band from the foot mobility class, this is where this kind of comes in again, and we're going to put it around our big toe joints. You can use your yoga strap. Your feet are going to be a bit wider than hip width apart, especially because we're obviously moving into a squat. So you're trying to, you know, it's probably going to be about 1.5 foot width or something like that we're going to want to do this exercise with. And so we're keeping that pressure between both of the big toes to put them in that position of abduction that is so rare for feet that have been deformed by normal shoes. So most shoes make your toes go the other way, which then really buggers up this whole kinetic chain up the whole body. So we're putting the toes into abduction, the big toes into abduction, sorry. And as you do that, you should feel how your feet kind of like engage with the floor a bit differently. The arches slightly lift. The other toes will hopefully find it more easy to ground down on the floor rather than be clawed. So this is how important the big toes' ability to move is. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do like little baby squats as much as our any pain allows us to, but we're only going to squat as far as our toes can without clawing or lifting up off the floor. So if you go all the way down into a squat and you notice that your toes either all pinch together like this or the big toe lifts up off the floor, you've gone too far because your toes are compensating. So you are really making sure that you've got that pressure out against the strap. Your toes are spread wide, they are active, they're pushing down into the floor, and you are only going to squat as far as you can, keeping the toes flat, spread, and down on the floor, okay? So do not be competitive. It doesn't matter how far down you go. What matters is that your toes are not compensating. So and it can be that you're moving, you don't have to go very far at all, but I do want you to think, do a little shuffle here, I do want you to think about your pelvic position as you're doing it, because just like we practiced in that frog, we are not tucking our bottom under and rounding through our back like this. We're not doing that. That's not a functional squat. We're not using our hips or our legs there at all. We're trying to create that tilting forwards of the pelvis anteriorly so that we're accessing the muscles around the pelvis, and then we're maintaining that anterior position as we go down. So it doesn't matter how far we go, it matters what the pelvis is doing versus tucking the pelvis under, trying to be competitive, wondering why your knees hurt, not using any of the muscles in your hips and your pelvis, okay? So the pelvis tilts forward so that your bum sticks kind of out, keeping the toes relaxed and trying to put as much weight through both of your legs, okay? So maybe we'll do 5 more because I've been talking so much rather than doing 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, remember the toes,